Hi guys, so glad you're here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you've had a fabulous week. We are at Old Tavern Antiques, first time ever. So here we go, guys. Driving the back roads in Indiana, I was in New Trenton and stumbled across this antique store called Old Tavern Antiques, and I was pleasantly surprised they were open. This was on the outside porch area, and I was drooling over it. This is coming in the front door, and I am so excited to be here because I usually frequent the same shops. So it was so nice to see, new items, things that I had not seen before. And I fell in love with this little vintage Christmas tree and the doll. They were so cute. I think she was like $18, something like that. But she's a cutie, and the Christmas tree with all the fruits on it, she had it out for decoration, and she may part with it after Christmas. We'll have to check back with her because it's definitely something I'm interested in. Isn't it beautiful? Look at all the little fruits on it. I just thought it was so cute. This guy is he's cute too. He was a unique piece. This little monkey, $14 for the monkey planner. Vintage piece. Look at that smile. And I love this case. It's a, glass case, an old case, and she had a bunch of seashells in it, large seashells. Unfortunately, the right side of it is busted, but, of course you could go to a glass shop and have it fixed. This, I've always wanted one of these. It's made of all the brooches, that Christmas tree, all vintage brooches, and she had just gotten this piece in. Uh, Out of my price range at this point, but I'm definitely going to keep it on my radar. It's like a Victorian portrait of a lady, and she's surrounded by poinsettias. The sofa is just gorgeous, and I'm always loving these old portraits of children. I just think they're so sweet. It's a wonderful picture of the pheasant, too. I find him neat because it's got the pinks in it. This piece right here I really like. It's got the brass top to it, and it would be fantastic even in boho decor, but, I love the Victorian vibe. Always looking for silver, always. And this teapot, I think it was $30. This porcelain piece, it said Cincinnati, Ohio on it. It was gorgeous with all the gold. And, of course, there's a silver jewelry box. Stereoscope. I need to get me another one of those. I sold the one I had, and I have a bunch of cards and no stereoscope. Kind of stupid I did that, but I did. Oh, and this teddy bear. I am always on the lookout. Always. Always on the lookout for something new to acquire, to add to my collection, or items to pick and put in my shop. But I'm very specific about what I choose, and trying to find those items is few and far between because I try to buy less common items. Sometimes I get items that are run of the mill if, it's got a good aesthetic to it, and it will go with what I normally would choose. This piece right here was gorgeous. Look at this antique mirror. Yeah, I was in love with that too. And this picture caught my eye from a distance. Look at that. Of course, because it's weird. Old portraits, old Victorian portraits. Yes, those always get me too. And this one was not a mustache cup, but it was still, pretty, like those other mustache cups. Has the father on it. Yeah, here we go with another Victorian photo, a portrait. I don't know. I'm just like drawn to them. I don't know if it is a thing with me. It's like history. It's like you look at these people and you wonder, you know, what kind of life did they live, you know? Um, that kind of stuff crosses my mind when I look at those types of pictures. This is another gorgeous one. And I was like, okay, what's hanging over my head? It's a hoop skirt. I was like, what in the heck? And yeah, hoop skirt. Oh, here we go into the main area. I think this is where the tavern part used to be. Isn't that gorgeous? That fireplace is awesome with the brick. I just thought that was just such beautiful architecture. These are stitched, hand stitched. And this was something that I was eyeballing, the birds. And then I seen this to my mother. I thought this was just neat. It has that Victorian vibe, definitely. And this wooden jewelry box, it has like a faded blue fabric on the inside. The end of it right there is a little bit separated, but that can be, managed with glue. I always look at these things. And, sometimes when you find antiques or vintage, there may be damage here or there, but, presentation is everything. So if it's still something that you can either fix or, a nick is on the back of something and you're presenting it from the front, that's no big deal to me. Here's another fantastic teacup. Look at that. I mean, just drinking out of that would just make you feel special, I think. That didn't have the photo album, but it was the stand, which it was a mirror encased in that fabric stand, so it could serve another purpose, and it was $25 or $24. Another silver piece. This one's a picture, and she had a lot of really gorgeous portraits, and that I was just attracted to. This piece right here looks like it may have been in a hardware store and was, like a display piece. It had a bunch of different drawer handles on it. Now, this tray was $32 and it was painted with these kind of peachy pink roses. That came home with me. He just had a goofy smile. I had to show him. I love this coffee table. $125. It's kind of a low coffee table. And I love the darker wood and the feet. All that carved wood furniture that's kind of, got that elegant vibe. I thought that desk with the leather inset was very, very pretty. And look at the baby. Go figure. The baby portrait came home with me too. I've got issues. You know that, guys? I can't help it. It's these old baby dolls that are, crackly and sometimes missing an eyeball or an arm. They always just, it's like they get me every time. Like this one right here. See? Other people will have a problem. Well, her eye's damaged, not me. Of course, she came home with me too. And I love this wicker carriage. It's so ornate. It's got that curved front. Another gorgeous piece of furniture, $64. And it was restored, so it's in excellent shape. I was eyeballing that case, that antique suitcase, because I have one exactly like that at home, except a larger size. Oh, and here, look at him, Mr. Clowney. Mr. Clowney. He was, oh gosh, what does that say? I think it's $18. And I think he's from the 30s or 40s, possibly. Made of wood. These baby shoes, they came home with me too. They have like a satin fabric, pink, with ostrich feathers around the top with like ribbon to tie it with. Typeset tray, those are awesome to display things. Croquet sets. This is in the basement. Look at the walls are just awesome. And that was an assemblage somebody made with an old antique window and a shelf. I thought that was cool. Berry basket. Those are neat for displaying. And this is kind of like a kitchen light. It's got the hooks going all the way around. I think it just might be vintage, but I just like the look of it. The hooks are awesome though because you can hang like dried herbs and stuff, or dry your herbs, flowers, pots and pans, things like that. It wasn't that much. It was $36 in Santa Claus. This cloche, I guess you would call it. It's different, definitely different. It's got like that frosting on it. I don't know if somebody made this himself, but it is such a cute piece. And oh, here's another portrait. Bubble glass, Victorian, loved it, but it was too expensive. It was like $45, $46. So I left it behind. And the clowns, those were awesome too. From last week's video, the winner of the Krampus garland is She's More 6849. Just leave a comment in the comment section of this video and I will contact you on how to get your garland. The pictures I'm showing you right now are some of the items that I came home with. And most of them are actually listed in the shop on Etsy. So if you're interested, that's where they're at. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit. I really appreciate you coming by. And also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, see you later.